Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing a vellum card. This card features some more of the brand new products in the Artsy Floral release from Pink Fresh Studio. Today I'm featuring the gorgeous Fluttering by Washi. And if you missed yesterday's video, go back and watch it because I'm going to show you all of these washi tapes. I'm going to show you how they work. But if you're not familiar with the Pink Fresh Studio washi tapes, that's a great place to get started. On each of these rolls, you're going to get about 40 panels of images, which is going to give you tons and tons of card making products to use. This is the Fluttering by Washi that I'm going to be using today. And I am going to adhere it onto some white cardstock as well as some vellum, and I am going to use those images today, kind of mixing and matching the two to create today's project. So here's what it looks like on some white cardstock, and then I'm going to show you that it also looks great on vellum. I love these washi tapes on vellum because it kind of preserves that translucent feel of the vellum. And there are also stamps, coordinating dies, and coordinating layering stencils available as well. So as I mentioned, be sure to check out yesterday's video because I'll show you how I die cut these long panels on standard plates. But for the sake of today's video, I'm going to use these extra long plates from Anna Griffin that go with my Empress die cut machine. And I'm going to die cut several of these images so that I have lots to play with. So once I get my dies in place onto that magnetic shim of the Anna Griffin Empress plate system, I'm going to go ahead and run this through my die cut machine, and you're going to see I'm able to die cut all of these pieces all at once, and I'm telling you, these make for the fastest and most beautiful card projects ever. But what I thought we would do today is create a vellum card. So you can see I have all of my pieces kind of die cut and ready to go here. Tons of gorgeous butterflies to play with. But I'm going to start by creating a gold frame using the new notched corner frame die set from Pink Fresh Studio. So this consists of outer dies along with inner dies that create the stitched lines. And I'm using the largest outer die along with its coordinating stitched lines, and then one die smaller than that to create a frame. I'm going to run all of these through my die cut machine at once, and it's going to cut the outer and the inner line as well as add those stitching lines to make for a really beautiful frame for the front of my card. And this kind of serves as the anchor point for a lot of my washi pieces that I've die cut earlier. So you can see that there. I love that these dies are super versatile because you can use them together or separately to create a lot of different looks. Now here is the arrangement I think I'm going for. And because I have this kind of all in place, I'm going to go ahead and just stick my fine tip glue nozzle behind some of these vines and get them adhered to the frame so that I have them in place. And I'm able to kind of move this around in one solid piece instead of dealing with several pieces. Now, I will mention that this is a mix of vines that are die cut with the washi on vellum as well as the washi on white cardstock. So I'm kind of mixing and matching those here. And I'm adding a little bit of foam adhesive behind this butterfly just along the body so that I can kind of fold the wings up and give these butterflies a lot of dimension. And I'm going to add this purple one into that lower corner of the vines with some foam adhesive as well. Now I'm going to take my frame and flip it over, and I'm going to add some strips of foam adhesive behind this frame so that it has some dimension on my card front. I'm going to work my way all the way around that, and then I'm going to tack a couple of extra pieces of foam adhesive where it will be kind of hidden on the back of that scenery or the greenery and butterflies. So now I have my vellum, and to create a vellum card, you really want to use kind of a nice heavyweight vellum. This vellum is from scrapbook.com, and I will have it linked below. I have cut it to 5.5 by 8.5 inches and scored it at 4.25 to create an A2 size card. Now I've taken that notched corner frame die set and die cut the smallest frame along with the stitching out of some white cardstock, and I'm adhering it to the front of my vellum note card that I've created. Then I'm peeling back the backer along the edges of my frame, this foam adhesive along the edges of my frame, and I'm just kind of folding those over so that I can place my frame onto my vellum card front. Now the vellum card front's kind of hard to see here, but I've just kind of centered that up. And once I get it where I want it, I can just remove the rest of those backer strips by pulling them kind of off to the side and making sure that my frame is then securely adhered on to my vellum card base. Now I'm going to grab my other two butterflies that I'm including on this card, and I am adhering them onto that white cardstock notched rectangle in the center, just where they're kind of anchored securely there. And now I need to work on the inside of my card because you can see the adhesive from not only the frame, but that notched rectangle that's in the center. I'm just going to take another one of those die cuts and adhere it to the back side inside of the card so that it kind of obscures all that adhesive that I've used on the front of the card. Now I die cut another one of these frames here. This is just out of some white cardstock, and I'm putting that on the back side of the gold frame that's on the front of the card. Again, this is just to keep everything nice and clean looking on the inside of the card and kind of obscure all that foam adhesive. Now I have two more of these notched rectangles, and I'm going to use some tape runner adhesive to adhere these in. I'm going to place it right onto that notched rectangle that's in the inside front panel of the card, and I'm going to close it onto that adhesive that's facing camera up so that it kind of adheres in the exact same place that my front panels are adhered. Then I can add this final piece onto the back, and now I have this really clean vellum card. It has a panel on the inside that I can write my greeting on, or I can stamp a message in there. But you can see everything that I've adhered onto the front is now kind of obscured on the back or covered on the back. Now I'm going to finish this off with some brand new gems from Pink Fresh Studio. These are like a clear gem with a gold dust inside of them. They're so pretty and so sparkly, and I've added several of those onto my card front using some liquid glue and my dual-tipped embellishment wand from Pink Fresh Studio. So that finishes off my vellum card today, featuring some gorgeous new products from the Artsy Floral release. This is a great release from Pink Fresh Studio, featuring washies and stamps, dies, and coordinating stencils. If you want to check it out, I will have links to all these products in the YouTube description below. And you can also head on over to Instagram today because we are celebrating this release with an Instagram hop, and there are lots of prizes, and you can even enter to win the entire release over at the Pink Fresh Studio Instagram profile. So I will include a link to my Instagram page where you can find all the information on this fabulous Instagram hop with lots of prizes, lots of inspiration featuring this gorgeous new release from Pink Fresh Studio. As always, I want to take the time to say thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here so you don't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials that I share. Thanks again for being here. I'm so thankful for you, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.